welcome to the Nailschool and Beauty Academy. I'm Leanne, and today we're going to look at the new spray tan kit that's now available from Amazon, the new Tan Light, and we're going to compare it to the old TS20 machine. Okay, so looking at these two machines, you can see there's obviously a difference in design. So this is the Tan Easy Pro Tools, which is the new machine that's just been bought out, and it's classed as an upgrade to the TS20. This is the one that has been around for quite a few years now. This particular machine I have here is about 7 years old, I think. Somewhere around that, maybe 6, but somewhere around there. This one I actually received yesterday, so I've been able to have a little play with it. So just looking at the actual overall design, this one is a nice sleek round design. It hasn't got a carry handle on it, so would be difficult to carry around, particularly if you're mobile. But on the back, it does have here wall mounts, so you can actually put that up on the wall. So it'd be great for in a salon on the design of that, but not really practical for mobile. This one, however, has the nice handle on the top, and it's a good sturdy robust design as well. Great for mobile, because you can also get, it comes with shoulder straps. I've never used my shoulder straps because it's just handy to sit on the floor. Now, the actual materials that it's made out of, this one has a really hard, brittle type plastic. We've actually had guns made out of this type of plastic in the past, and to be fair, I actually have one here. So I'm not sure if you can see that on the video. It's cracked all along there. This one is many years old, and actually I think this is about 7 years old. And inside there, it's all cracked all along there because the plastic went brittle and the actual tube itself has snapped off. And again, that's that really same hard, kind of really hard plastic. It can go brittle over time. My other concern with this machine is that with that type of plastic that it is, if you were to drop this, I think, to be honest, it would just crack. This one, however, as you can hear, it is a good solid design. I've actually dropped this one a couple of times, to be fair, and it's just bounced. Pick it up and it's ready to go, quite literally. So it is a bit of a brick. It may look like a brick, but it's as tough as a brick. So for mobile, definitely the TS20. Now, the actual other features on this design. So on the front here, we have the filter. Now, the filter is important because spray tan, as you know, gets absolutely everywhere. And with this machine sucking in air to blow it out of your gun, is going to draw in spray tan. So this filter here is designed to catch the excess spray tan and basically stop it from clogging up the inside of your machine. Now, this filter is supposed to be removable so that you can wash it. Now, that filter there, I would need a tool to get that out. And again, it's made from the same brittle plastic. So if this snaps, obviously it's going to need to be replaced. I'm not keen on the fact that it is that hard plastic, because using a tool on that, you're going to scratch around here. But also there's a risk of snapping the actual plastic itself as it comes out. Now, the filter on the TS20 is here. So it's just a sponge filter, the same as this one, because inside there is just a sponge. And basically you take that out at the end of the day, you rinse it thoroughly, and basically you wait till it's dry to put it back in. So I clean mine at the evening time and then put it back in the morning when it's ready to go. And that will literally stop the spray tan from clogging up inside the machine. Okay, so, and that just pops back in there as easy as that. So the filter cleaning on this one is much, much easier. Now, looking at the switch design, as you can see, this one is not a wet switch. So you've got to make sure that it is definitely far, far, far away from where you're actually spray tanning. That being said, the pipe itself is not as long as the TS20 pipe. This one was actually designed to sit on the back of its own style extractor, or booth as they're calling it, and that's where the screw holes are for. But with the pipe not being so long, without a wet switch, as a pat tester, that concerns me. On the TS20, we have a wet switch, which means that if you've got wet on your glove and you switch this off, you are protected. So to be fair, and also this comes with a much longer pipe, so you can actually keep that further out of the spray tan area. So from a health and safety point of view, my preference is the TS20. So overall robustness would be the TS20. Overall usage and safety, again, the TS20. Overall look on design would be the Tan Easy, as it does look much nicer, particularly in a salon. But for ease of use, regarding the design, this would be more for salon use, and this one definitely for mobile, as it's easier to carry around with you. Okay, so moving on to the pipes. Now these pipes, as you can see, are almost the same size, but not the same connector. This one here has a spring mounted connector, so just here, and as you can hear, it's a spring, and as you can see, it's not actually that steady. Okay, so no, it's not a very good catch connector on there. That little spring that's in there, and again, this catch not being very steady, as you can see, it wiggles around a heck of a lot. So that could be prone to breaking. And again, this plastic is that really hard plastic that's prone to going brittle and possibly snapping as well. Now, how this one connects to the gun, I actually like the design of the way that it connects to the tail of the handle. And the reason I like that, we'll go through the guns in a minute, but the reason I like that connector coming off the tail of the gun is a lot of people forget to take their pipe out before they put their gun down. This one, you have to take the pipe out to put your gun down, because if your gun gets pulled over to the side, then obviously, you know, spray tan's going to spill everywhere. Now, the only thing I also don't like about this connector is it's not a universal fit, which means that should I decide to buy a different gun, or if this gun ever breaks and in a few years' time the machine is discontinued, if you can't buy the gun or a replacement pipe should any of it break, then obviously you will have to replace the entire machine. You can't use a different pipe on the machine because the connector on the other side that plugs into your machine is exactly the same. And as you can see, not a very sturdy design feature on there at all. Okay, so you would have to stick to this pipe and you would have to stick to this gun if you were using this machine. Now with the TS20, the pipe on it, just before I go on fully onto the TS20, the difference between the two pipes, you can see on the Tan Easy, it is a thicker pipe, but it will deliver the same sort of air and spray tan, because both machines are HVLP, and what that stands for is high volume, low pressure, which means that these two machines are not compressors. They just blow air, kind of like a reverse vacuum cleaner. The pressure happens inside the gun, okay? And you can actually see that on this particular gun here. So as you can see, the air goes in here, it gets compressed in the center there where the channel gets smaller, and that's where the pressure happens. Okay, so the thickness of the pipe doesn't actually make any difference whatsoever. However, this one's got a beautiful, nice, soft rubber coating on it, and it's a lot more robust, which means that this particular pipe would be hard pressed to break. This one, however, is a slightly bit more brittle, and if you bend it too far, they are prone to breaking. But to be fair, they're cheap to replace, and they're universal fit, which means that you can get this particular pipe from a multitude of places and a multitude of different spray tan companies. The tip here, the connector, is a hard plastic, but as you can see on there, there's more flex to it. It's not the hard plastic, and it shouldn't go brittle. This one certainly hasn't anyway. It's, as I say, about 5 or 6 years old now. Now the connection to this particular pipe is a universal fit. So this one will plug in, push in, and give it a light turn. That in itself will lock that in place. Okay, so people that are having trouble with it flying out at the end, if you give that little twist after you push the pipe in, then it literally does lock it into place. Now the gun itself we'll go on to in just a moment, but twist it and out it comes, not a problem. Now this particular gun again is a universal gun, same as if you wanted to upgrade your gun or buy a new gun, it's easy. This particular gun is quite an expensive one. It is a contouring gun, which means it gives a finer spray, and you can do body contouring with that, such as painting on six packs and muscle definition and slimming and things like that with your spray gun. And that again fits just nicely in there, and this gun is ready to go. So again, this machine itself is more versatile in the sense of you can buy replacement parts for it because they're universal rather than custom fit to the particular machine. Okay, so the last thing to look at is the guns. Now, as you can see, two different guns, different sizes. This gun that comes with the Tan Easy, again, you cannot, at least I don't think you can, fit it to, no, that part, that will not go into that gun. Same as this pipe will not go into, if I press that catch, no, it just slides out. So there's no seal there, no pressure. So basically, this gun will not fit on a universal pipe, and the pipe for this machine will not fit any other gun. So basically, if you were to break this spray tan gun, you would have to replace it with the same one. And say in a few years time, for example, when this machine has been discontinued, it is going to be impossible to replace. Now the overall design is a very sleek and beautiful design gun. However, again, that hard plastic that is quite brittle and over time will go brittle. And when connected, I do like the way that the base of the gun connects in like that. That is a very nice feature, that it comes out the tail of the handle as opposed to out the back of the gun. Now for adjustment of your spray, we have on the back a roller. I've never been a big fan of these because for me, you can't turn them down enough. However, this one is slightly different in the sense of you can turn it down enough. I did a spray tan with this yesterday, and to be fair, it did deliver an absolutely sensationally beautifully fine spray, which I found easy to use. However, for beginner spray tanners, what you might find is that the spray is so fine, it's difficult to see, and it's then would be easier to pour too much onto the client where the spray itself would start to run, in which case you'd have to wipe off and spray again. Now this particular bottle only holds 150 ml, so for beginners or spray tan parties, you're going to be filling your bottle up a lot more often than what you would with other guns that are normally around about 250 mils. So, but to be fair, it's cute, it's very sweet. I'm not sure how long it would last. It does feel like overly hard, like it could go brittle at any time, to be fair, so that does concern me. The roller on the back, again, not my cup of tea. I prefer more control of that. So basically, when it's up there, you can pull the trigger right back and a lot of solution will come through, and then when you bring it right the way down to nothing, you can still pull the trigger back. Yesterday I found it one notch up from 0 is perfect, so that amount of trigger pulling is absolutely perfect for doing a nice spray tan. The spray itself is incredibly fine, and it's yeah, it is good. I do like the spray that comes out of this gun. Now the gun that comes with the TS20, as you can see, is much bigger, it's a lot more robust. Again, has been dropped multiple times as it's been used by students. So it has been dropped, it's been accidentally kicked across a room and all sorts, and as you can see, it is still in good shape, and it's quite an old gun now. As I say, it's about 5 or 6 years old now, but still going strong. Now, again, it is the universal connection. So if I had to replace the machine and the gun was still good, I could keep the gun. Or if I had to replace the pipe, or if I had to replace the gun, they would be easily to be replaced. Now this one has more control. So the trigger pull turns off completely. And for a starting, it's 1, 2, and a bit. That is a great point to start for beginners. And then you can literally adjust by that much, or you can adjust by that much, depending on how much spray you want coming out of the gun. So you have more control. You can even take the needle out of this as well for cleaning, and you can even get replacement needles for it as well. So it is a lot more versatile in that sense. I haven't seen anywhere or anyhow how to take this needle out yet. So if your gun gets clogged, your best bet is to just run warm water through it. And if that doesn't work, then obviously you'd need to speak to the manufacturers to find out how to get that serviced. With this one, you can do a mini service yourself. So you unscrew this until the spring comes out, take the needle out, wash the needle off, and you can take all the front assembly off, and it's all done by hand. This part here would come under service because you would need a spanner to do that. Personally, I wouldn't take that part out, but it is removable should you need to. So this gun is easily maintenanced, and to clean this again, same as this one, run warm water through it when you've finished at the end of the day, and you will find that it will just keep all the solution from clogging inside the gun. However, should this one clog, it's a lot easier to service than this one. Okay, so this one is a 250ml, so a lot less fill-ups, especially if you're using a fast tan, so people can choose what colour they're going to be depending on how long they keep it on for. And it's not quite as fine a spray as the Tan Easy gun. However, as I said before, if you want to upgrade your gun, you can. So rather than buying a whole new machine for an upgrade, you can simply buy an upgraded gun, which is a universal fit, which will work with most universal fit spray tan machines. With regards to the fineness of the spray of this one, I actually sprayed a friend's legs yesterday. So one leg with this one and one leg with this one. And we had a look at the tan this morning, and both tans were exactly the same on both legs. Okay, there was no difference between her two legs at all. So since there is no change to the end result, I used exactly the same solution in that one as I used in this one. It's just a matter of making sure you tighten your controls to where you need them to be for your tan. So to be fair, I wouldn't say that this machine was an upgrade unless it gave me an upgraded finish. So as regards overall design and look of the machine, this is an upgrade. As regards functionality, handling of the machine and practicality, it is actually a step backwards. I would not consider this an upgrade. And as regards to the actual quality of the tan itself, I would say they are on an even par. So basically it boils down to, do you want it to look better, or do you want it more universal fit so that it's easily replaced, or parts can be replaced easily even after years of having it. In 6 years' time, I don't know whether you'd still be able to get the parts for this one, whereas we are 5 to 6 years on with this one, and I can still buy all of the parts that I need for this machine. Okay, so my overall preference would be the TS20 for ease of use and for mobile. If you're going for the look in your salon, then obviously the Tan Easy is a good option to go for, but bear in mind, when the machine is discontinued, you will not be able to get replacement parts for it. The link to both of these machines is available in the comments below. And I hope you've enjoyed this review, so I shall see you next time. Happy tanning. The connection to this pipe, to this gun, oh dear.